So we left Arizona. We decided to take a route through Los Angeles because we have some friends in Los Angeles. And all the way, I was depressed, as you know. And by the time we got to Los Angeles, I started to feel better. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it was the smog. And the traffic. We almost ran out of gas. We did run out of gas. We had to pull into a gas station, coast into a gas station in South Central Los Angeles, and a car passed us, top speed, chased by 2 cop cars. Crime. We had to pay for the gas through a pane of glass that was this thick to prevent the inevitable bullets from going in and blowing up the brains of the people who were working there. I started to feel We went out with my friend Jeff Story and Audra's friend Charlotte to a bar. I walked into the bathroom of the bar and people were snorting cocaine. Drug addicts. Went out to the bar and people were drinking hard liquor. Alcoholics. I was feeling better. I was feeling better about myself because everybody there is all just talking about their movie scripts or their acting careers, and they're all trying to make me feel like crap. But the funny thing is, when people try to make me feel bad about myself, it breeds security. I like it when people try to make me feel bad about myself. I like getting pissed off about things. It's like talk radio. My brother Ned works at KFBK in Sacramento, and he hates talk radio. And he says the difference between me and him is that he hates talk radio because it pisses him off, but I love talk radio because it pisses me off. I love talk radio so much that I got a CD player in my car, and it's always tuned to AM. So we hung out with Charlotte and Jeff's Story, and we spent the night at Charlotte's house, and the next morning we went out to breakfast with Charlotte, and we had to wait in line at the diner. We had to wait in line. Then we sat down, and Charlotte started complaining about her movie career. She started complaining about the fact that she has to... See, Charlotte was just recently elected to be Miss Teen USA. So now she's got this movie career. And she's complaining about the fact that she has to show up 3 hours earlier than everybody else to have a prosthetic of a jawbreaker put into her throat because she's playing a corpse who has been choked to death by a jawbreaker. So she's complaining about that, and she's complaining about the fact that she has to fly to North Carolina to film the new movie Carrie 2. And she's going to have her chest blown up, and she's going to have to shoot a gun, and she's begging us to come out and visit her so she can at least have friends with her. And I'm thinking to myself, my God, I'm not just having breakfast, I'm doing breakfast with a movie star. I was feeling great. And then we hit the 405 at about 4 o'clock at night. Rush hour traffic. Beautiful, beautiful rush hour traffic. And I realized something. I know where my spirituality lies. My spirituality lies in cities because I love cities. I love everything about cities. I love the crime. I love the dirt. I love the smog. I love the traffic. I mean, I love New York for its attitude and its subways, and I love Paris for the Parisians who treat me like dirt. I love San Francisco for its cuisine and its bizarre politics. I love Los Angeles for its movie stars. I love London for the soot from the diesel fumes that has soiled all the buildings and everything in the town. I love cities. My spirituality lies in cities. I found it. But then 2 days later, 1 week before my trip to Belgium, and Audra were in Oakland, California. And we were staying at my friend Dave Anderson's house. That's where we used to stay when we would visit Oakland, California. We got up to Dave Anderson's house, and Audra was mad at me. And I didn't know why, so I asked that question that all boyfriends eventually have to ask, what's wrong? And I got nothing but silence. What's wrong? Nothing but silence. What's wrong? Nothing but silence. So I said, you know what? I'm not just going to sit here while you don't tell me what's wrong. I'm going inside, and you can come in whenever you feel like it. So I went inside, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, but Audra never showed up. So I went outside to look for her. I got just beyond the curve. I was looking around. I couldn't find her. I couldn't find her. She wasn't in the car. She wasn't anywhere to be seen. So I got just beyond the curb, and a moped came screaming by me on the wrong side of the road. And it buzzed me. And they yelled, "Get the fuck out of the road, asshole!" And I thought to myself, that was dumb. So I went back inside and I waited for Audra, and I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited, but she still never showed up. So I went outside again. Again, I got just beyond the curb, and again, the same 2 people on the same moped down the same wrong side of the road buzzed me and yelled the same thing. "Get the fuck out of the road, asshole!" So I said to them, "What is your problem?" Then they stopped. So I ran to Dave Anderson's house, pulled out my keys, I started to go inside the door, and then I thought, hey, I got an idea. Why don't I reason with them? I turned around, I walked up to the guy, and I just wanted to say, listen, I know that I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you have some problem with me. Can we just get along? And I walked up, and I put my arms out, and I couldn't even get a word in when he socked me in the left eye. And I fell to the ground. And I started bleeding all over the place. He got back on the moped, and he took off. Dave Anderson showed up. He saw me lying there in a pool of blood. He pulled me up. He took me into his apartment. He ran a tub. He got me completely naked. He put me in the tub. And I'm sitting there with my left eye like swelling out. It's swelling out. It's swelling out. And I still haven't heard from Audra. And I'm trying to drink water, but I can't because my hand is so shaking so much because I don't understand why this guy just socked me in the face. And I'm bleeding, and my nose is swollen, and my eye is swollen. It just keeps swollen out, and I still haven't heard from Audra. Then I got out of the tub, I put on Dave's robe, and I was wearing Dave's robe with blood all over the place, and then the phone rang, and it was the hospital. The hospital called. They asked to talk to me. Is this Paul Sykes? Yes. Your girlfriend's been assaulted. What? Audra's been raped? What are you talking about? Audra's been raped? What are you talking about? What happened? What happened? They wouldn't tell me what happened. They said, we can't tell you what happened. Can you please come down to the hospital right away? So me and Dave got in the hospital, in the car, and we sped down to the hospital through red lights. We just sped. We got to the hospital. I walked in. By this time, my eye was the size of half of a tennis ball. And I walked in there, and they said, oh my gosh, can we help you? And I said, yes, I'm looking for my girlfriend. Turns out Audra wasn't raped. She was a victim of what we call an attempted mugging. We call it an attempted mugging because they didn't get the backpack. 2 women came up to Audra at the exact same moment that I was being socked in the face around the corner. She'd gone around the corner to call her mom. And 2 women came up to her. And they said, we want your backpack. And she said, no. So they knocked her down, and they kicked her in the head over 100 times. The exact same moment. She had to have CAT scans and stitches in her head, and my eye was swollen out to here. The exact same time. When I got knocked down, I lost the keys to my car, so Dave Anderson had to drive me back to Davis. All the way home, I sat there with this hospital-issue ice pack over my left eye. And Audra was in the front seat with a matching hospital-issue ice pack on her head. And all I could think was, I do not believe in the kindness of strangers. I hate people, and I hate cities.